Hello and welcome everyone to Last Level Press. I'm Mr. Black, and you may very well be wondering why you're looking at Primal Carnage Extinction. I know I levied quite a bit of criticism and cast quite a bit of shade at Circle 5 for their handling of the IP transfer of Primal Carnage not so long ago. To recap, Primal Carnage, the asymmetrical dinosaur-themed competitive FPS, was originally owned and developed by Lukewarm Media, and following that company's closure mid-development of said game, it was dissolved and the Primal Carnage IP transferred to the newly formed Circle 5 Studios, who reported that the old code of Primal Carnage was so broken and unusable as to require a complete and total rebuild of the game in order to actually make something worthwhile of it. And rebuild they did, dubbing the new version Primal Carnage Extinction, and after incurring greater costs than expected to develop it, they decided to charge an additional fee for the game over the original's cost rather than offer a free upgrade to the new version for those who already owned the unfinished original, which they inherited. Circle 5 contend that the amount of new content within Extinction, paired with their own expenditures in its development, validate and necessitate the charge, which comes to $3 US for pre-existing customers who already own Primal Carnage the original, and $20 for new purchases. And as far as the former is concerned, given the content shown in their promotional materials and their videos promoting the game early on, I rather vehemently disagreed, as evidenced by my previous video covering this game. And yet, even as I criticized, rather cynically I allow, I hoped, way deep down in my dinosaur-loving heart, that I was wrong. And so, I have here my words, which I am prepared to eat, right here, right now, on camera, should my cynicism get proven wrong. I warn you now, this video may get a little long form as compared to many of my first 15s, which I only half consider this to be an entry in, as I do intend to do whatever digging is necessary. I shall excavate this archaeological site, as long as I can determine whether or not my suspicions were right or wrong, then dying accordingly. Yeah. So, as with most first 15s, I've never played this game before. I've only seen its promotional materials up front. That is all I know about it, so let's have at it. Okay, introduction out of the way, let us check into a few things. I have checked into the options and a little bit of the loadout and inventory of this game prior to commencing this episode, so that I might come at it with a little less of just poking around and staring at things and trying to figure things out all at once. And I'm already kinda suspecting I may be in for an unpleasant snack by the end of this episode, because much as my cynicism kinda led me to suspect that I would be disappointed by this game, at least before I've ever gotten into a round, I'm impressed already. And the options are quite adequate, allowing for field of view, plenty of resolution sliders going all the way up to 1440 by 900, and all of the usual options that one would expect out of any contemporary modern FPS are present. Hi there, you in the background, how's it going? You can toddle on. Thank you. Alright then, now then. As for audio, we've got multiple sliders for different aspects of volume within the game. Always a fond of that. You can even turn on and off footsteps, which I would imagine turning off might be kind of detrimental to one's performance, but the option is there, considering I kind of want to be able to hear T-Rexes creeping up on me. So, key bindings can of course be affected, as well as gamepad options. Almost no other game allows for the rebinding of gamepad controls without the use of third-party software, so again, I'm actually really impressed, and one of the things I noticed in the gameplay tab, along with mouse sensitivity, and I believe somewhere in there is a point of view, let's also bump the mic, that's really great, point of view slider, which I don't know exactly how high it goes up, but I've set mine to 90, and it had quite a ways after it, allows for even gamepad sensitivity. And a dinosaur sensitivity scale. I don't know what that means. I'm assuming that's going to be how jerky the dinosaurs control, but you can turn on and off mouse acceleration, mouse invert, crosshairs, damage, 3D sniper scope, which I believe is going to be the render-in-render sort of thing. Let's turn that on and find out, just because I'm curious. So, already, hi there, you in the background. Again, I'm impressed with the options of Extinction so far. So, my cynicism is kind of starting to get a little choky back here. We're gonna find out whether or not I need to chow down like a T-Rex upon the lowly human by the end of this video. So, before I jump into a match, let's also check loadout. Thankfully, one can finally customize their characters beyond simply skins in Extinction over the original Primal Carnage. I don't have any options in terms of inventory right now, but it looks as though there's a lot of room in this inventory box for weapons. I don't know whether or not those are going to be drops collected from at the ends of matches, or whether or not they're going to be things one can buy, earned with in-game currency. I don't know. I will find that out as soon as I can. And one thing I did notice when I first checked the game is that none of the secondary, or rather the support items, were filled in. I've gone in and actually given them all of these. So, the Trapper here, my lookalike, my body double. I like the fact that he's no longer rocking the Desert Eagle and Colt. No. He's just gonna go Revolver Oshawott and rock the dual Colts. I like this. I don't have any other cosmetics, but one can also customize dinosaur loadouts. Again, new features. I'm a fond of that. I was gonna go with I'm fond of that and a fan of that, and it came out I'm a fond of that. That sounds kind of like old school language, nice and flowery. Now then, while we're on this menu, let's also check out the new dinosaurs added into Extinction. I believe there were 3 new ones added, I believe. So we've got the Spino returning, the Novoraptor. Do I have any other skins for you? I do. Let's see, there's Classic, Default, and Primal Games. Alright then, I do believe... What does the Classic look like? Okay, you're like the original game. Nah, we'll go with Default. Okie dokie then. Any cosmetics for you? No. I wonder what the cosmetic items are for dinosaurs. I really do. The Oviraptor, I believe, was originally a reskin for the Novoraptor in the original Primal Carnage. Now it is its own creature, which I'm glad to see. Pteranodon makes a return. You were another, the Tupa. Let's see, Tupandactylus. Another one that was originally a reskin of the Pteranodon, now its own creature. Dilophosaurus, you make your triumphant return. I like your new skin. You look quite a bit more sinister. And then there is... What the hell are you? Cryophalosaurus. I have no idea what this is, but it looks horrifying. I kind of want to give it a shot. You're spikety and terrifying. And then, of course, we've got the Carnotaurus. Inventory-wise, oh, this would be a list of all the items and skins in my possession. Good. I kind of get reminded of Team Fortress 2 with this menu setup and the emphasis upon cosmetic items and unlocks and drops. I'm not sure whether or not that analogy is going to hold true throughout the entire experience, but early on, I'm getting that impression, and I would consider that a very positive impression to get. So, what about the store? What does a key unlock? Opens a locked human or dinosaur crate. One-use item, roughly $2. I have no idea what crates are. I suppose we'll find out. How's about any of the specials? Okay, we've got different skins, and these are, given they're on sale right now, still rather reasonably priced, with each skin somewhere between $1.49 on sale to about $2 base price. Not bad. Quite exemplary compared to many games' cosmetic items, which run upwards of $10 to $15. Dota, I'm looking at you. How about bundles? Skin packs? Whoa. You gotta be kidding me. 5 skin packs for $2. That's outstanding. Not even gonna criticize. That's a very, very reasonably priced bundle. And browse. Okay, so I guess this is all that is present within the game right now. I should note, Extinction was only released a couple of weeks ago. I know I'm a little bit late to the game in addressing this game, but not so far as for all of this commentary to be completely irrelevant. So, now that we've covered all of that, let's get to the real meat to devour and check the game proper. Alright, we've got a proper server browser. I'm always glad to see that when I'm not completely relegated to matchmaking. Can I matchmake at all? I want to know that. I don't see any. I can either browse or host. That's good to know. It's always kind of disappointing whenever FPS games don't allow one to locally host one's own match. So, again, good addition. So, let's see. Where is a free server? Let's refresh since I've been sitting here for a couple of moments. There we are. So, Team Deathmatch. We've got a ping of, oh Jesus, 637. No, never mind. Never mind. Can I sort this by ping? Yes, I can. There we go. Nope. Wait a minute. You might work. Again, 619 ping. Australian server. Okay, I may be at this for a little while, trying to find an adequate server. Like a bloodthirsty dinosaur recklessly spliced with frog DNA, I've been forced to render this episode unto an unholy abomination against cinema and science and all things resembling clever editing, as I am in fact recording this segment much later than the last. About 5 days later, in fact. However, it is no fault of the game's, the whole delay in finishing the recording, as it is in fact my own damned connection issues once again rearing their blasted ugly heads, and I could not for the life of me connect to a solid match when I first sat down to come to record this game, despite literally hours of trying. My apologies. At first, I kind of suspected a DICE-like server-side launch catastrophe on the part of the game, but after checking a couple of other titles for similar issues and checking my own connection speed, etc., I confirmed that it was, in fact, a local connection problem and not at all a server-side one, so do not extend any blame, as I will refrain from doing myself as much as possible onto the game for that. I'm extremely reticent to blame any game for what I'm all but certain is in fact a local connection issue, so I will do my damnedest not to allow those issues, frustrating though they may be, to influence my opinions of this game one way or another. Now, for the sake of full disclosure, yes, I did in fact record an entire episode's worth of content during that original recording that you've seen up until now, and I did get enough experience under my belt, rather frustrating though it was to contend with pings in excess of 600 to 900, and I did come to a final decision regarding whether or not I was right or wrong in my original coverage of this game's announcement. However, I'm not going to reveal that outcome just yet, and I'm instead going to retread the ground of the game's actual gameplay and my commentary thereupon before cutting back to the very end of my original recording for the final verdict and your viewing pleasure thereof. And don't you worry, you're not really missing much, seriously. The cut content from that original round was just a jaggy, teleporty, rubber banding mess. You can imagine with the kind of pings you just saw that you'd really not have enjoyed watching, and I'd have been embarrassed to upload and to subject you guys to, and my commentary was just forced and strained in the face of the frustration of having to contend with that, along with trying to figure out whether or not it was any fault of the game or my own, and so we're all just better off for the new run and letting the past go, and just trust me on this one. You'll definitely enjoy the new run quite a bit better. Now, do please accept my humblest of apologies for one last jump cut, until we get to the very end at least, as I transition back to live commentary once more. I know my commentary and my editing and formatting and everything has been all over the place with this episode, and I really apologize, and I thank you guys for your patience for sticking around if you're this far into the video for it. I did not want all of this for this episode. I wanted it to be one clean, uncut as possible and unedited as possible rendition of my first impressions with Primal Carnage Extinction, and unfortunately all of the extenuating circumstances and the hell I've had to go through just to get this one episode produced have rendered that a complete and total impossibility, so thank you guys for bearing with me in that regard. Now then, it looks like we've got a fairly well stacked round here, 11 dinosaurs, 9 humans. I shall therefore balance things out and join the humans and have a quick look at these newly remastered character models. I've got to remember the things that I talked about before and kick my usual habit of not repeating myself, because I need to repeat myself this time so that you guys can know what it is that led to my reaching the conclusion that I reached, and I won't give away just yet. So, character models are much better this time around as opposed to the original Primal Carnage. It looks as though they are crisper, cleaner, higher res, better, harder, faster, stronger, and the overall character selection UI is a bit easier to read, I think. It's a bit cleaner, more organizedly laid out, and I like the fact that all of the ability pegs down here, damage, accuracy, and range, with regard to each given class, are very easily readable down at the bottom with 3 little icons down here for what I'm guessing to be either cosmetic or equipment items that one selects. Now, I shall rock my usual... Whoa, hi there, you're quick on the draw! Get it? Yeah, see what I did there? Usual go-to of the Trapper, my look-alike, rocking his revolver, Oshawott Colts. I'm so glad he did away with the Desert Eagles. So very, very glad. That looks like a crashed C-130 that is oddly tiny, like, I'm almost as tall as what ought to be a gigantic transport aircraft. That's, not exactly properly sized. Hi there, Mr. Spino. Could you not... Whoa, 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 whoa! And the Oviraptor. And I just realized my guns are hovering. What just happened? Okie dokie then. Now then, let's get a bit more critical with our commentary, shall we? For one, odd little animation glitches aside, this map looks absolutely gorgeous. I've never visited this one before. Whoa, whoa, you're still chasing me. Get off of my tail before I blow yours. Oh, God, that's my face. Could you not? Okay, then. Anyway, gorgeous map. I'm really enjoying this. I'm beginning to believe, however, that Trapper may not be the ideal selection for this map, but I'll give him a shot nonetheless. I've only got about 4 minutes with this round remaining. I may need to bleed over into the next round, but I'm going to keep the bleeding to a minimum. Anyway, nice, clean, easy-to-read UI for the in-game round. Whoa, 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 whoa. Net, 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 net. Did I net him? I didn't net him! Net, net, net. Okay. You just netted yourself a delicious meal. With some nice mutton chops on the side. That muy delicioso. Good taste. My team has lost. But we still had time remaining. I'm guessing it was first to reach a given kill count. Okie dokie then. Ooh, hello. What are you? Dinosaur crate. Unlock this crate to receive one of the following Christmas items. Yeah. Can I get that? Can I has that? How do I has that? I can delete it. I don't want to delete it. Frostbitten Savage Novoraptor. Sandstorm Terra. Sandstorm T-Rex. Gonna rock a little prehistoric Darude in here, I guess. Do I just have that in my inventory now? I don't know how the drops work. I've actually never completed a round properly in this game. So, I don't know. I'll check that before I wrap this recording so that I can give you guys an honest breakdown of exactly how it works. Now, one thing I also want to check, can I spawn please? Thank you very much, is whether or not I was right in the options as to whether or not, yes, the scientist's scope does indeed use render-in-render technology. That's fancy, and I like it. It gives it quite a whoop, 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 whoop. Nice visual look. Nope, nope, this is not the gun for you. I'm going to need the handgun. Okay, I'm getting a little bit of rubber banding. Oh, God, nope, never mind. I'm getting a little bit of vertigo. Yeah, could you let me get... Oh, God, never mind. I regret my request immediately. You've just got some cold, dead eyes, lady. Okay, never mind. Pathfinder. Pathfinder may be the way to go. Good old 12-gauge rage to solve this problem. Now then. Anyway, you're dead. Okay, as you should be. I like the fact that the UI, as I said, is easy to read. You've got health and stamina, bottom left. Whoa! Carno to my front! Ammunition and equipment, bottom right. And of course, timer and victory counters, top and center. Whoa! Hi there. And as you can catch the quick glimpses of, it looks as though these animations across the board, humans and dinosaurs alike, are in fact newly revamped compared to the original Primal Carnage, and I'm kind of on the fence about them. I do respect the fact that they are quite a bit smoother and they transition from one movement to another a bit more organically and naturally than those did, whoa, in the game before. However, I'm just a bit nostalgic, I suppose, for the animations I really grew to love, especially with regard to the Novoraptors originally, and how am I still alive right now? I've got no right to be alive. Whoa, 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 whoa. And good God, this shotgun feels absolutely useless, as did the Trapper's Colts. I am, kind of giving a bit of credence to quite a few of the Steam reviews for this game, which remarked that, oh good God, ow, faction balance needs a bit of work when it comes to this game. Almost all of the human weapons feel woefully ineffective and underpowered compared to... Can I spawn, please? No, apparently not. I guess I just can't be a soldier right now. Santa Claus? Whoa. Oh, okay, this is just how Santa saved Christmas from the dinosaurs. Anyway, compared to the dinosaurs, the humans feel kind of weak. And I'm not really a fan of that, yeah. A fan of the... Oh, good God, that's horrifying. No, no, no. Net, protect me, Net. Net his face. Okay, good. Okay, I netted him. Okay, reload. No! Colts! Protect me, Colts! I need something. Can I switch weapons, please? Please? Thank you. Good God, the delay needs a bit of work. Looks as though this game could indeed use one good solid patch to see to quite a few of the... Oh god, that's my neck! I need that for neck things! Ow. Thank you. To see to a couple of these little complaints regarding game balance and a few other little minor topics that should be easily fixed, but do need attention, at least right now. And as far as the game is concerned otherwise, I kinda want to criticize it for the recycling of so many assets from the original Primal Carnage. Quite a few of the visual models, the textures, and a lot, and I mean a lot, of the sound design is recycled. Especially where background music and dinosaur roar effects are concerned. Almost all of the dinosaur noises are recycled sound effects from the original. And I wouldn't care one way or another about that were it not for the fact that this is not an expansion or a DLC for the original Primal Carnage. It's a new game. It's kind of a sequel of sorts, and I'm not nearly so forgiving on sequels where recycled content is concerned. I generally... Oh, you're just going to drag me outside of the entire game world! You're just rude, Mr. Pteranodon! I kind of consider that to be lazy development. However, I do kind of recognize the extenuating circumstances that Circle 5 find themselves in, having not originally created Primal Carnage, instead having inherited it, and now more or less having to make the best of it. Let's get a closer look, while I'm mentioning it, at those animations. You see, it's very natural. It does flow from one direction to another pretty smoothly. You can kind of tell a little bit of the jitter from the strafing one direction to another, but even so, it does feel quite natural. It looks quite smooth and organic, so I'm just rather fond of the old ones. Anyway, the one argument that one of you guys brought up in the comments of, why couldn't I pounce? I wanted to pounce, and now I've been netted and knifed and cooked. Apparently I'm a delicious turkey dinner. Even though we're a couple of months past Thanksgiving. You guys are late! That's rude. Oh, that's how I select the Oviraptor. Or the Cryolophosaurus. Okay, I was going to get to that momentarily, because at first, this menu looks as though it's only the classic 5 dinosaurs available for selection. I thought these red arrows were the means to select alternative skins. Instead, they're how one selects the alternative dinosaurs that these others used to be, except for this, I believe, alternative skins for in the original game. I don't really like that, to be honest, because it kind of calls into question, never mind that there are indeed reflected stat differences down at the bottom, it just kind of calls into question how different, stats aside, these dinosaurs really are, and how differently they play from one another. So, I don't know exactly how I feel about that, but now that I know, let's respawn once again as a raptor, and get back to things. Now, the argument that one of you guys posed to me in the comments of the previous video addressing this game, that I was rather inclined to give credence and even agree with, is that, true, as it sits and as it's documented, I suppose, officially, this game is indeed a sequel to Primal Carnage. And as a sequel, kind of a lazy one. Unfortunately, or rather fortunately, I suppose one could say, the game is only a standalone title insofar as how one chooses to come to it. If you're a newcomer to Primal Carnage, yes, this is a new game, and it's also been released across console platforms. I believe it was the PS4 that this recently got released for, and that Extinction was really geared toward. However, those like myself that, oh god, they just dropped this rhino, don't notice me, that own the original Primal Carnage can indeed purchase this game at an 80% discount, rendering its cost $3, which I allow is comparable to DLC and expansion costs for other games. And hell, it's even a bit cheaper than most DLCs. I mean, EA, I'm looking at you. Most other expansions are unfortunately running these days closer to $10 to $15, so $3 is actually quite generous when it comes to pricing. So I'm almost willing to look the other way where that is concerned, and really almost isn't really quite saying it. I am actually quite willing to give credence to that argument, considering This game does improve in nearly every way upon the original. It adds new maps, new game modes, new creatures, new equipment, new means of customizing one's character, new weapons, new equipment, and I really underestimated at first the extent to which this game does reinvent the bar of quality set by the original. Even though right now I'm kind of aimlessly running about trying to find prey, and there we go. I couldn't pounce for some reason before. I think it's because pouncing requires a bit of stamina, and I kept sprinting around and wasting all of my stamina, so I couldn't pounce. Anyway, while I hunt, can I actually sneak? Oh my god, that's adorable! Oh, I love the raptor sneaky animations. I'm gonna get ya. I'm gonna get ya. Your ankles, I will has them. Oh, good god, this is hysterical. I can't even. Raptor, stop. Raptor, please. You're too adorable. Ooh, hi there. Yoink! Did I get her? Oh. Oh, god, yeah. That's what you get. That's what you get for eating my neck. Oh, god, no! Okay. I'm kind of terrifying, but at the same time... same time, kind of terrified. Could I stop being on fire now, please? Thank you. Okay. I need to find a carcass to nom on. There we go. Alright. Now, press E to heal. Yes. Nom, 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 nom. Alright. There we go. All healed up. So, ooh, oh, hi. Nope, nope, I missed. Anyway, I do kind of rescind a great deal of my criticism with regard up front to my suspicions of this game's quality, which, conveniently enough, does segue rather nicely into the ending of the original recording. What is this human crate? I need a key. So I'm really wondering now whether or not loot drops are quite so random as I originally suspected that they might be, considering I've gotten several crates now. Let's disconnect from this round and have a quick look at that, because I'm curious. I really am. Inventory. Crates. I don't have any. Why not? Can I get to those, please? What gives? Where'd they go? Did I have to click on those to redeem them or something? I don't know. I really don't know. Would it be in my loadout? No, I really don't think so. Store, maybe. Store. Or perhaps just as random drops. No. No. Okay. I don't have any idea whatsoever exactly how those crates work, but let's have a look. No, I'm not going to buy a $2 key. Nothing here. I don't know. Let me know if you guys know how in the world the drops and the keys and the crates and all that work for this game. I believe the keys are purchase only, so I'm wondering if acquisition of cosmetic items is indeed completely restricted to those who are willing to buy keys, in which case I'm not quite as fond of that as I originally was, but even still, the fact that one can ostensibly customize one's character a bit more, I hope extends into the realm of weapons and equipment as well, and not just cosmetics, because weapons and equipment ought to be available to everyone, not just those that pay. So, given that I don't know that, I'm a little hesitant now to cut to the footage of the original recording with this game, considering I don't necessarily like to invest my, admittedly, rather gimmicky word into the judgment of a game. However, even still, suspicious though I am of that, I do recognize that enough additions have been made to the original Primal Carnage to warrant a $3 extension cost, as it were, considering this game does essentially finish the original, and while a part of me does still wish that Circle 5 had taken the high road and allowed previous customers access to this finished version of the game, I recognize business is indeed business, and the amount of additional content present within this game does indeed compare to that of DLC additions in other games. So, begrudgingly, I allow that I do believe we need to address whether or not I need to eat my words. And unfortunately, I do believe I do, because much as I was cynically inclined to believe that this game would be a recycled cash-in upon an inherited IP from the part of Lukewarm over to Circle 5, I can say that Circle 5 have in fact made quite an improvement over the original game. They've made it more incentivized to continue playing by way of the loot drops that I've not yet received, but that I have had confirmed for me are in the game. It seems as though there is a great deal more in terms of variety of maps, of dinosaur skins, abilities, equipment, and that is a Brachiosaur with a Santa hat in the background. Your eyes do not deceive you, that is adorable and I love it. Okay, I'm actually quite fond of the Christmas update. You guys haven't seen it in this episode, I don't think, but these background menus, as you can tell from this being different from the original, do change from one instance of the game to the next, and one of them are a bunch of Santa hat wearing Compsognathas all hanging out around equipment boxes, and they're just all kinds of adorable, and I love them. They're adorable, and I'm stalling because I don't wanna. But I made a promise, and that promise was that if I was wrong, I would own up to it, and I would eat my words, and thus I've got some lined paper and Sharpie ink to consume, so here it goes. We're gonna make it. Screw it. Let's just Velociraptor it up. Oh hi. Wait a minute. The T-Rex has earmuffs. God, this is nasty. Where's the goat? I'd rather eat a goat. I don't even like mutton, and I'd rather eat a goat. God, why did I do this? But I did it because I am impressed with Circle 5 for having made the progress that they've made. So, hats off to you, gentlemen. I was wrong, and I'm not afraid to admit it. So, thank you all for joining me for the Moment of Truth episode of Primal Carnage Extinction. I'm very likely going to feature this game again for a round 2 and 3 in the future, and perhaps a little more, depending upon whether or not my connection ever sorts itself out and I can really get into the real meat of the game to devour my opponents, whether or not I'm human or dinosaur alike. So thank you all for joining me. I'm Mr. Black here, Last Level Press, and as always, I wish you all good gaming, and Godspeed. We still got dinosaurs to kill. Why are you standing there, Billy? Oh god, no! Where did the raptor come from? And suddenly raptors, Deus Ex Velociraptor. Oh god, I got a chunk of paper stuck between my teeth. Yeah.